Hello. Welcome back and welcome for those of you that are new. I'm Brittany Janae CPA, and today my goal in this video is to encourage you to get your CPA license in 2025. I'm assuming since you clicked on this video, you're either interested in what a CPA is, getting your license, what the process is like, you're struggling to navigate the process, or you're having a hard time passing the exam. Either way, this video is for you. So let's just get right into it. Why should you get your CPA in 2025? I have 5 reasons for you. Number 1 is career advancement opportunities and job security. So if you're looking to just find a job, to get some experience, get started, or to be at a job long term and to retire at that job, getting your CPA enables you to move up the corporate ladder, and that is in both public and private accounting. So public, you're going to need your CPA to go past senior level or manager level, depending on the firm. So my firm and other firms that I've worked for, you can't get promoted to manager unless you have your CPA. If you want to get to a certain point in private accounting, so let's say you want to reach that CFO status, director of accounting status, usually even in private as well, they require you to have your CPA to get to that point. And then also job security. Having your CPA almost guarantees that you are always going to have an opportunity to be employed. People are always looking for CPAs. They're always going to need CPAs no matter what's going on in the economy. Taxes have to be filed, audits have to be done, bookkeeping has to be done. CPAs are a necessity to our economy, so you're always going to have job security. No matter if you're in public, private, you have your own business, no matter what you're doing. You don't have to work at a public accounting firm or even a private firm. If you don't want to work for anybody else, you will always have professional independence with your CPA license. The CPA designation gives you a certain credibility to your knowledge and your experience. You'll be allowed to do so much more with the designation of CPA behind your name than you would if you were just a accountant or a bookkeeper. When people hear the designation CPA, they're like, okay, I know that I'm getting a certain amount of assurance, a certain amount of knowledge, a certain amount of credibility when I work with this person. And if they don't know the answer, they can figure out the answer. They should have resources to find the answer, and they know how to find the answer. There's a certain amount of trust that is placed upon you as a CPA. It is a public designation, so the public has a certain amount of trust that they put into you than they would if you didn't have that designation. So professional independence was my second reason for getting your CPA. My third reason is probably one of my favorites, because I think having your CPA and doing public accounting work in particular is actually very exciting, challenging work. Even though the stereotype is the typical public or the typical accountant is boring, they're just at their desk all day, with like a hunchback in the corner, nobody talks to them, and they're no fun. It is wild that is the norm of what people think CPAs are or accountants are, period. It's nothing like that. I work with a lot of cool people, some of them are cool, but we're all human beings and we're all different. Like, we're actual people, where I feel like the stereotype is accountants aren't like really human. So we're definitely real people. We actually enjoy our work, some of us. I know I do. I love being a CPA. I work in tax in particular, and I love the challenge of work. I actually enjoy tax season to an extent. There is an extent where I actually enjoy the rush of it, the dopamine release, the excitement that every day is going to be different and there's so much things to do and you're constantly working on stuff, so the days go by quick during tax season. But you also get to help people And that is something that I really wanted to do when I became a CPA. I wanted to help the little guy, more importantly. I wanted to work with clients, help them with their IRS, their tax issues, and actually make a difference. And you can make a huge difference with small businesses, people who don't know much about taxes, people are in deep with the IRS and they just don't know what to do. The public looks to you as someone of authority and someone that can help them with their issues. So it's a very fulfilling designation as well if you look at it in that way, and it's to be respected and appreciated. Reason number 4 why you should get your CPA is the knowledge and experience that you get with getting your CPA is invaluable. Of course, you're going to get the experience more so when you're actually working in accounting. Mostly public is where you're going to get the most experience and the most exposure. But just the knowledge that you gain from studying, going to school, working with people, you are going to be leaps and bounds ahead of people who are accountants in the industry who might not have the education, the experience. You're going to have so much knowledge that you can apply to your life outside of work. Everybody needs a CPA to a certain extent. If you're doing taxes, bookkeeping, not so much audit, but audit does teach you about accounting in general. So audit as well. Everybody needs to know this stuff. Accounting should be taught to every single person in the world. It should be a part of the curriculum. You need to know accounting to know business. But they don't want us to know that. They don't want us to be successful business people. But that's besides the point. But you studying to get your CPA, you are somebody that others are looking to put on their business team. You become that person. You can be that person for yourself. If you want to open your own business, hey, I'm a CPA. I know how to handle taxes, bookkeeping. I know the language of business. Accounting is literally the language of business. We already start a couple of steps ahead of other people who are looking to start a business. I myself want to start multiple businesses, and I feel like I know I already know so many things regarding taxes, bookkeeping, accounting. It's going to be easy for me to handle those kind of things where someone else will have to employ somebody to do it first starting out or mess it up. But that's something that a lot of people don't consider. You can use that knowledge that you gain, that experience that you gain for yourself to help yourself. And lastly, my 5th reason why you should get your CPA in 2025 is because the industry, the accounting profession is at I don't know if it's an all-time low, but we're in a shortage right now. If you are looking to get your CPA, I'm sure that you've seen things in the news, articles, things like that, where they talk about the accounting profession, 1, either being obsolete, or 2, there's a shortage, and we don't have a lot of people who are coming into the industry. We don't have a lot of students that are even getting their accounting degrees. People are just bypassing accounting in general, and even less people are sitting to get their CPA. So 1, that opens up the opportunity for those of us who actually do want to do it. It opens up the opportunity for us to want to do it. We can get paid more, even more job security, and even more opportunities because less people are doing it. So opportunities are vast outside of there being a shortage. There's so much that you can do with a CPA designation. You can start your own business, and it doesn't have to be a CPA firm. You can be a consultant. You can do financial planning. You can go into the education sector. You can coach. You can mentor. You can be a teacher. You can be a tutor. You can start businesses around all of these things. You can do whatever your heart's desire is with the CPA designation. You don't have to just stay in the box, work public accounting, work during tax season, doing all the things, which I feel like is partially why the accounting profession is seeing a shortage. And then also the CPA exam is kind of difficult. So I feel like a lot of people don't even want to put themselves through the process of getting their CPA because of how difficult it is. However, my opinion on that is it's worth it. So the process is worth it. I went through the process years ago. My current self is very grateful to my past self, and my future self will be grateful as well. Your future self will appreciate the time, the dedication that you put into it to get your CPA license. You shouldn't just not do it because it's difficult. But it actually might not even be as difficult as you think it is. If you have no idea what the process is like, you've just heard things, I'm going to give you a breakdown of how to get your CPA license, you know, the steps that you have to go through, general, because every single state is different. And you can use that to gauge how you think the process is and how bad it is. And I also created a checklist, and you guys can use that to make sure you're hitting all the right steps to get your CPA license. And there's some links in there that will take you to your State Board of Accountancy's website so you can see exactly what your state requirements are. Okay? Cool. All right, so how do you get your CPA license? Like I said, one, you got to figure out your state requirements first, because every single state is different. But for the most part, there's a lot of similarities. And those similarities are that you have to focus on the 3 E's. So that's education, exam, and experience. Most states will require you to have a bachelor's degree, so 120 credit hours, and about 24 hours specific to accounting and business. Those courses might vary based off your state, but you have to have those specific courses, your bachelor's degree, just to sit for the exam. And then to actually get your license, you have to have 150 credit hours. So those extra 30 hours can be in whatever you want it to be in. The exam, you have to actually pass the exam. So that's the hardest part. The exam is 4 sections. They just changed it to where one of the sections was formerly BEC, is now a discipline exam where you get to choose what you want to be tested on. So that, I think that's nice. I don't think they have the writing portion anymore, which is what they had when I took the exam. So there's no longer a writing portion. You get to choose your discipline. The choices are between IT, taxes, and I believe like an all-encompassing business kind of section. Discipline, you have regs, so that's your taxation. You have FAR, which is your financial accounting reporting, which people say is the hardest one, but I didn't mind FAR too much. It's definitely the most material, but I didn't think it was that bad. That's the basics of accounting that you're really going to need to know to be a good CPA, in my opinion. And then 4, you have audit. So audit is pretty much auditing financial statements, accounting, different internal controls, different things like that. So those are the 4 sections that you have to pass. They've actually extended the exam window in certain states to 30 months, where it used to be 18 months. And I believe some states are still sticking to the 18 months, but either way, you get a very long period of time, either a year and a half to over 2.5 years, or to 2.5 years. You get that long period of time to pass all those exams. So just a couple quick tips to pass the exam. Make sure that you have a good solidified study plan that is personalized to you, that helps you, that makes sense to you in your life. The study plan is what's going to make or break your CPA experience. You have to make it realistic and make sure that it makes sense to your life. I feel like when I took my exam, I focused on not making studying too difficult to occur. I made sure to stick to my study plan. I took the exams in order, I guess, that made sense to me at that time. I didn't take it in an order that anybody else said to take. Most people say take FAR first because it's the hardest, it's the longest to study for, whatever. I took FAR last. And I didn't even, I took FAR last, and it was during COVID, so I was just over life at that point. Things were very hard. So I was like, I'm tired of studying. I'm done with this. I already passed 3. I just want to be done. I don't even think I really studied for FAR as hard as I should have. And I got an 85 on FAR. You know, it really just depends on you and what makes sense for your life. My order, I did audit, reg, BEC, then FAR. Who does that? I did. I don't know anybody who recommends that order, but choose the order based off your life. Don't make any decisions on your plan based on what other people tell you. You can take other people's advice, take it in, take the information in, but make it make sense for you. So making a study plan and just a test plan that makes sense for you is so important. So that's something I would really recommend, focusing on that, making sure that you know exactly what you're doing, having a great plan overall. So that includes getting your degrees, getting your credit hours, passing the exams, applying for your licenses, which state you're going to apply in. You got to consider all those things, all those variables. A part of your plan, you can get coaching, mentoring, join Facebook groups, get support, get some accountability. Don't do it alone. Don't do it alone. I was in a lot of Facebook groups. I was in school, I was studying, so I had a lot of peers that were going through the process with me, and I got a lot of advice. I was in Beta Alpha Psi, so I had like mentors through that helped me in the process and gave me advice, and I would highly advise you to do that so you're not going through it alone. Try and make the experience as enjoyable as you can, because it's going to be a long journey. It's going to be hard, so try and make it as pleasing to you as you can and worth it as you can. You want to enjoy the journey. Don't make it miserable, because it's already going to be very hard. So there's no point in beating yourself up, making it miserable, and just dragging it out longer than it has to be also. So after you pass the exam, you pass all 4 parts in your window, the hard part is over, because I'm assuming you have your education at that point. So after you have your education, you pass your exam, you might be working under a CPA at the time. If you are, you got your experience. So most states require you to have 1 full year of experience. You have to have your 2,080 hours working underneath a CPA. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in public accounting. You can work under a CPA in private accounting, or you have experience teaching. I think it's like 4 years depending on your state, that you have to have experience teaching. That can also apply. Once you get your experience, your education, you pass your exam, then you can apply for your license. So once you apply for your license, that's the easy part. I think it's not a lot to apply for your license. You can do that online real quick. I think in Virginia it was like $60. North Carolina was like $60 for me when I did it. So it's a very quick process to actually apply. You did all the hard work once you took your exam, got your education, and actually worked for your experience. Now you have your application for your license. You get your license. You got your license. You a CPA. Now all you gotta do is maintain it. So all you gotta do is maintain your license. And to maintain your license, you have to get a certain amount of CPE, which are certified professional education. I think it's certified, but it's professional education. You have to get like a minimum of 40 hours per year, 120 hours every 3 years, something like that. It also depends on your state. For ethics, you have to do ethics every single year. Speaking of ethics, I also forgot, you do have to pass the ethics exam with a score of 90% or higher, I believe, probably depending on your state, before you can apply for licensure as well. However, that's open book. It's very easy. It's a nothing. Once you've taken CPA exam, the ethics exam is literally nothing. So you have your license, you maintain your license, you have your CPA, you can get a job, start your business, whatever you want to do, that's how you do it. If you are still confused, don't know what to do, I have included a checklist that I created in the description of this video as well as in my bio. And this checklist breaks down all the steps in detail. You can print it out, check it off, and make notes, whatever you want to do. It is yours to have, and you can use that on your journey. And also, if you need any help, you're still, I don't know what I should do, you want somebody to talk to, somebody to figure out with, or you need help on your journey because you're struggling to pass the exam, you need some coaching, some mentoring, some tutoring, all of that, I can help with that as well. I'm doing some CPA coaching for candidates who are in the process, who need that accountability, that support, that mentorship, that coaching, tutoring. I'm doing that as well. If you need an accountability group, I'm going to provide that. And you can find out more information about that coaching and a link in the description box as well. If that coaching is something that you're interested in, you can fill out the interest form. I'm going to leave a link in the comments, and you can fill out that interest form and let me know where you are on your journey, what you're looking for, if you have any goals, concerns, or you're lost, whatever. Just let me know where you are if you're interested in doing coaching, mentoring, and I can help you with that. That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for making it to the end. I hope that you all are ready for 2025 to accomplish your goals. I hope you get your CPA in 2025 or 2026. It's a long process. It might take you a little longer, but I say get it out the way. 2025 is a great year for you to accomplish all your goals, get your CPA license, and just take your life to the next level regarding having skills, knowledge, education, experience, more money. I never mentioned money. It's a good way to make more money. All the things. I wish the best for you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comments. I would love to help you guys on your journey. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. It's your girl Brittany Janae CPA. Love y'all. Bye.